Video is going to be a quick unboxing and a small demonstration of the new Ibanez nylon string guitar that I just picked up. So the shipping label says the AEG10NII It's the electric acoustical guitar. It's got a cutaway, it's got nylon strings, and I do want to say up front, this is the second one that I got. The first one, it was squeaking on the G string when I went to tune it, and they told me to send it back, and if it does it again on this one, then that's just part of what happens with supposedly nylon string guitars. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know if it has anything to do with the nut not being filed properly, or there are many things on the net that explain that. I play steel string, not really nylon, so let's open this up and see if it squeaks and what it can do. I sell this in two different models. One of them is the black finish and the other is the, I don't remember what the finish is. You can look it up if you're that interested. It's not black. Over on the side we have the for your 1/4-inch phono plug for the electrical part of it. And then it has a built-in tuner, which is definitely handy. There's no doubt about that. And it's got some other stuff, but you can look all that up if you're really interested. You just want to see what the guitar looks like and what it sounds like, so that's what I'm going to show you. Hey, if you like my videos, do a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like. If you want to share this, feel free to. If you want me to do a review on anything, let me know. I'm always willing to do reviews if I can find something to review. I'm going to try to tune this thing now. Press on the tuner button. Good news is that it did not squeak on the G, so if you end up buying one of these things and it squeaks out of the box, I would just send it back if you can, or take it back. Let them fix it. Don't make any adjustments if you don't need to. Let's see how this sounds. I'm just going to do a little bit of strumming. I'm not a good guitar player, as you can tell, so one thing you'll notice if you are a steel guitar player and you're watching a lot of the videos on YouTube and they're doing demonstrations, a lot of these guys use nylon string guitars because it's much easier to play and it's much easier to show how cool you are. And unless you're an extremely good guitar player with a lot of finger strength, steel is always a lot harder to play. So if you're in classical, you definitely want a nylon string guitar. If you just want this type of sound instead of the steel, then you want a nylon string. If you cannot handle the finger pain from the strings, and I know everybody says the finger pain is you got to build up calluses. Well, let me tell you, that's not really true. That's the going line. It takes finger strength more than it takes fingertip calluses to be able to play. And if you use really thin strings like nylon, or if you use very thin electric steel strings like 8s or 9s or even 10s, it's a lot easier to play. So it does have a little bit to do with some of the calluses on the fingers, but I don't have calluses on my fingers. When I play with 8s, 9s, 10s, I have absolutely no problem at all. When I play with 11s, I have finger strength problem, but I don't have fingertip problem. I'll build calluses up, but that doesn't help me at all. It has a lot to do with, can your fingers handle the tension on the strings. When I go to 12s and 13s, I cannot bar my chords cleanly. And on something like a nylon string, it's really easy. So if you're a beginning player, if you just started playing guitar and you're having a problem with it, and you're lacking confidence, go with the nylon string. I know people will say, don't do that because you're going backwards. Go with the nylon string guitar. The point of learning is not to suffer and to make you feel that you're not able to play. The point of learning is to be able to learn, and then after that you can advance to different strings, different type guitars. So let's see how this does on finger picking. Not that I'm good with that either, but I'm so used to steel. This is completely different for me. Wow, that didn't sound good at all. Completely different feel from a steel string guitar. It's so different. It's the same as when I go from this size guitar to a 3/4 size. It's just the hand, the positioning of the hand and the fingers. It takes a while to get used to. The fingerboard is very nice, very, very smooth. I took the guitar out of the box and all of the strings were just a little bit flat, but from when they packaged it and shipped it, the tuning was nice, which is good. I've got a nylon string guitar that I just restrung, and every time I pick it up I have to retune it. This thing was able to hold tune for over a week after being shipped, so I like it. It's a very good price for this Ibanez guitar. It's an extremely good price. All of my guitars, almost all of them are Ibanez. Why? Because of the body. The body is so thin. It's just so easy to play the Ibanez guitars. If you're a really big, bulky, massive guy, then maybe the size of the guitar is not an issue for you. If you are a woman, or if you have small fingers, or if you have small hands, if you have a small body and wrapping your arms around that guitar is not so easy, then the Ibanez is really one of the ways to go. Then the Ibanez is the way to go. It's an awesome guitar. It's a great brand. Let's do a little bit of lame pentatonic over there. It's so much easier to play than steel, but I love the sound of steel guitar, so I'm very happy with this. Let me just say one thing, and you might not have the same experience. Every single time that I go into the guitar store and I go looking, I usually just grab guitars, I pick them up, I try not to look at the labels, I try not to look at the name brands, I just pick them up to see how comfortable I am with them. So I went down to the store wanting to see what they had with nylon string, just so I could test it out. And everything I picked up, it sounded good, but it really wasn't comfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it wasn't comfortable. Then I ended up picking up one guitar, and I started plucking the strings, and I went, this thing is awesome, I love it, I want it. And then I looked at the label, it was the Ibanez, this brand. So go down to the guitar store, go down to the guitar store and try this Ibanez out. In fact, try out all the Ibanez guitars. Just because I love them, I think most people out there don't even know that they exist. And they're really good. When you go online and you look at the reviews, they're awesome. Everybody seems to be happy with these things. And a lot of people go out and buy really expensive guitars, and it just becomes such a valuable thing to them. With me, I can go out and I can spend $250, $300 on an Ibanez, use it for a couple years, and when it starts needing fret work and when it just needs a lot of work, then I can throw it away, or I can store it away and use it as a spare and go out and buy a new one, because the price is very reasonable. So that's my review. Let me just show you, just so you can get an example, a little different example of what is involved between this. Ibanez AC240. Yeah, I can feel it. Just it's a little bigger. It feels a little bigger. But now you're going to hear the difference in sound. And that's it. Phone call time. If you like my review, difference between the sound of a nylon and the steel. When I first started playing steel and I heard nylon, I went, nah, I'm never going to play that. I just have no interest in it. But it's got a completely different sound, a real different feel, and when you start doing some of the finger picking things, that's when it makes a big difference in sound and feel and the ability to be able to play certain things that it's not so easy to do when you're on a steel string guitar, even with smaller strings. It just doesn't sound the same. So that's going to be my review. Hopefully it's going to help everybody out there, or some people. Only leave nice comments, please. Thumbs up, subscribe, like. If you want to share this thing, that would be awesome. If you want to leave a donation to my channel, I would definitely appreciate that. And if you want me to review something, if you have something you want me to review and it's a good product, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you.